Humans are storytellers. This is not only true in the fables we share at bedtime, but in the structures, governments, and systems by which we live. Democracy, dollars, and design are all stories that we tell ourselves that make the world in which we live functional. And those stories provide the scaffolding upon which we build our lives. As for products and services, whenever we tell someone about a brand that we like, we are telling them a story about a company and what they did for me and how it made my life better. That story then compels another person to consider how they can be part of that story too. When we write an online review, we don't just simply recount objective happenings, we tell a story of what this product did or did not accomplish and why, and what this product tells us about what kind of company produced it. And whenever you engage in marketing or advertising, you're telling a story about who you are, why you exist, what journey you're on, and what your company or organization does to make lives better and more enriched. What does this mean for leadership and organizational health? Really good leaders who truly desire to make the world a better place ultimately tell better stories than competitors and complainers. It is not that you have a better product, and it is definitely not about you having a better budget. It is ultimately about you having a better story. It is about you crafting a narrative, a drama, a sketch of reality that is compelling, exciting, and meaningful. Most important, it is a story of which others can imagine themselves playing a part. And it is this invitational inclusivity that makes storytelling so powerful. Stories allow all sorts of people to see themselves as main players, actors, or characters in the drama that has been depicted. The best stories are the ones in which you illustrate how your people are the heroes of the story. And once we're engaged at that level, we feel compelled to live that story out to its final or full resolution. Believe it or not, everything that we have discussed in this program has been one big exercise in storytelling. All of the lessons about what you want, what you're afraid of, why you exist, positive interdependence, and even planning for meetings have been aspects of storytelling. The drama is that the world will decline and degrade if we don't get our leadership act together. The heroes are you and your people. The struggle is to overcome the dysfunctions and insecurities of our humanity. This program is your guide, helper, or sage that comes alongside you to cheer you on and encourage you with wisdom and insight. And the resolution, the dénouement, are the results that you get, the vision you realize, and the mission achieved. The alternative stories frequently told in business are honestly underwhelming and lame. Business exists to make money and beat out competitors. CEOs are more valuable than employees, as exemplified in pay structures. The natural world is a resource that is there to be extracted for all it's worth. And we, workers and leaders, are heroes of our own fate and success, self-made and self-accomplished. Honestly, these stories and derivations like it are false, juvenile, and derelict. You, my friends, have a moral imperative and responsibility to embrace the lifelong practice of telling and retelling the most powerful and compelling stories we can about ourselves and our lives, so as to invite others to participate in building a better world. We must recognize that storytelling is a critical skill and discipline of good leadership, the shaping of healthy cultures, the building and development of effective teams, and the way we know we're getting great results. Most importantly, we must pay close attention to the stories we tell, for not only do we shape our stories, but our stories shape us. We will live by the stories we tell. We will lead by the stories we tell. Be intentional, disciplined, and persistent in telling a better story that is commensurate with your moral imperative and your exemplification of hope to make the world a better place. Here are 3 fundamental principles of leading by storytelling that you should keep in mind. Stories are personal. Many nonprofit organizations are well versed at this, but this principle is true across all organizations. Whenever you talk about your work, avoid abstract concepts, theoretical ideas, superlatives, grandiosity, and yes, statistics. Rather, bear witness to how your organization meets the needs of real people with real names and real problems to which your work was a real solution. Don't just give reports, share testimonies. And as you do, you as a leader, connect with those people, always reminding yourself to keeping the stories you tell deeply personal. Stories are visional and hopeful. That is, stories are always future-oriented and imaginative. Even with testimonies, you share those events of the past because they are the model for what you want to achieve in the future. All that work you did on your mission and vision form the essential story you are telling to yourself and your constituents. And it is a story that is designed to drive your organization forward and to dream about what could come about. This is why communicating your mission and vision persistently and consistently is so important. And this is why you contextualize criticism appropriately. For critics are simply telling a less compelling story, an even negative backwards story. Your story is visional, imaginative, and hopeful. Stories are invitational. As you tell stories that inspire imagination about the future, ensure that it is told in such a way as to invite others to contribute. You can even state directly, here's how you can help us accomplish this goal. There are many ways to create an invitational culture, and storytelling is perhaps the most effective. As you do, be open and prepared to receive responses to your story so you can capitalize on the energy and excitement people bring to your team and organization. And as they join your efforts, you will have additional personal stories to tell, and the story engine will grow. And so will your organization, your vision, and your results. Tell better stories. Ground your stories in a moral imperative and an exemplified hope. Be prepared to welcome new people from that invitation and make this world a better place.